Hi everybody, I'm back. How are you doing? I have something special for you today. I'm going to make you some oven baked pork chops with potatoes. It's got a savory little sauce that goes with it, so it's really, really good. So I know you're going to like it because my family likes it. So I want you to go ahead and set your oven. Let me look and see. Let me look at my recipe. Okay. If you have a standard oven, just set it on 430 degrees. And if you have an oven that is run by a fan on the inside, then set it at 390. So go ahead and set it and keep it, get it to warming. Before I get started, I want to address something with y'all. I love every one of y'all, but from time to time, I get comments about my cats, and I really don't appreciate them, but I understand there's people out there that aren't cat people. So I want to show you, this is my cooking area, and back there at the back is, right there, is my cat feeding station. So it is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, almost 16 feet from where I'm cooking. So I'm cooking at my house for my family. The cats are 16 feet away from my cooking area where I'm showing y'all the video. So I hope that will help to y'all, some of y'all, to not be so disturbed that you think my cats are right there near my food, because they're not. So I just wanted to say that. But I understand, and it doesn't upset me, but I thought I might address my cat feeding station at the back on my freezers. So anyway, let's get cooking. What you will need to make oven baked pork chops with potatoes is you'll need 4 pork chops. It doesn't matter if the bone is in. The recipe calls for bone in, but if not, that's okay. I have 5 pork chops because of I'm feeding, almost 4 people. You will also need like a 1.5 pound or 1.6 pound bag of the small potatoes. See, they're not very big. They're tiny. You will need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and yes, my videos are my recipes, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, though you can barely see it in that type of bowl, 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, or 1 garlic clove, 1 garlic clove, 2 teaspoons, it's been a long day, I've been in town all day, 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, some salt, and some pepper. And then of course you'll need your, I have it over here, a cookie sheet to bake it on, or some sort of baking dish. I'm also going to put mushrooms in mine because these mushrooms have been in my refrigerator and they need to be used up. But the mushrooms are optional. You don't have to use the mushrooms. Okay, I've got my potatoes in a bowl, and some of my potatoes are a little large, so I'm cutting them in half. And yes, it'd probably be better if I used a cutting board, but I'm doing it this way. It works for me. So I'm going through these potatoes to see which ones are large, and I'm going to go ahead and cut them in half. There we go. Okay, I'm going to drizzle a little olive oil on them. toss them around. And I'm going to put some salt and pepper on them. It's to your liking, and if you don't want to use just salt and pepper, you can use whatever spice you like. Let me get my camera up here. There we go. Yes, I've been in town all day. And I came home and I instantly went to do a video for you. I haven't even sat down. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put my potatoes on my baking dish. And I'm going to scatter them around. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put them in the oven. Okay, my potatoes are in my oven, and I'm giving them a 15-minute head start before I put the pork chops in there. So, yummy, yummy. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get all of my rub ingredients over here, and I'm going to mix them together in a small bowl. Stir them all up. Okay, and while my potatoes are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and put some of this on my pork chops. Okay, just a moment. I'll turn my ceiling fan off. I'm sure that little ding, 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 ding is driving y'all nuts. I had somebody ask me one time what that noise was. I just didn't respond. I don't want to have to say, well, you know, I've got a little bell hanging off of my ceiling fan where the controls dangle down. And that's what you hear. Okay. Stir it up a little more. Let's turn it over. Yummy, yummy. This smells so good. Some of my favorite stuff in this sauce. All right. Now all we got to do is wait for our 15 minutes to be up with the potatoes, and then we can go to our next step. I wanted to tell you, oh, my thing is leaning. Sorry about that. I wanted to tell you that if you wanted to double your batch of your sauce stuff, then so you can have some to baste on your pork chops, then by all means go ahead, double everything that I told you to use, and that way you'll have some to baste onto the pork chops. This is my noisemaker in the background. My 6-month-old granddaughter named Aria. She's teething right now. So if you hear noise in the background, this is her. Habu. Habu. Yeah, smile, everybody. Yeah. She's in her jumper. She loves it. Okay. All right, so my 15 minutes are up for my potatoes. So I'm going to give them stir them around a little bit. And I've got a gnatty fly flying around in this kitchen that I've tried to swat. So I'm sorry if you happen to see Freddy the Fly in my video. I am keeping a watchful eye out for him. Okay, so I've pushed my potatoes off to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and put my pork chops on here. And I'm also, now at this point you would probably be through and you could put it in the oven. I've chosen to add some mushrooms to mine because I need to use these mushrooms up. But if you choose not to add mushrooms, then of course you're ready to put it into the oven. Maybe one more handful. That's most of them. All right, so we're going to put it back in the oven and we're going to cook it for another 10 minutes. Of course, I will cut into my pork chops to make sure they're done and poke into my potatoes to make sure they're done before I say that I'm done, through with them. But back in the oven we go. All right, I'll be back. I wanted to clarify something. In being tired from being in town all day, I said bake the pork chops for 10 minutes. Now my pork chops are thin pork chops, they're not the thick ones. But anyway, I'm going to bake them for 15 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them out and look at them. And then if I have to, I will bake them another 10 minutes. So when I come back, I'll tell you just how many minutes I actually baked my pork chops. All right, everybody, they're done. What I ended up doing, since my pork chops are thin, let me see. You can see that they're not very thick at all. The 10 minutes did the trick. They were done in 10 minutes, but I went ahead and I put them under the broiler for like 5 or 6 minutes, just to let them, that sauce caramelize on them a little bit more. As you can see right there, it caramelized really well. So that's where if you want to make extra sauce, then you can dab it on there before you put it under the broiler, and it'll have more of a caramel looking look than what I've got. But anyway, my potatoes were done in 10 minutes and my pork chops were done in 10 minutes. But I went ahead and put them under the broiler just to give them a little bit of caramelizing, which you can see right there. So I hope you make this, and I hope you enjoy it as much as we're going to enjoy it. So until my next video, happy eating!